Hello guys, welcome to today's video. In today's video, we'll be looking at what data types are in Python programming language. Not only in Python programming language, even in a real life scenario. You know what exactly is data types? What they are, how are they used? What are the categories these data types belong to? These are the things we'll be covering in this video. First of all, what is exactly data type? Data type is just like information, your data. What category does your data belong? Insert data, you want to know that data and what type does it belong. Not just simple what data types are. And when it comes to in real life or in Python programming scenario, there are many categories of data, which can be categorized into many ways. But the main ones are the numeric. Second one is the text. Third one is you can say the set, mapping, and null data types. So there are many of them. Also have the string data types too. So in this video we'll be covering the numeric, the string or the text, and then the third one we're talking about the null. I'm talking about the mapping. So these are the four data types we'll be looking at, which I'm going to write it down. So the first one is the numeric. Second one is the string. Third one is the null. Say fourth one is the I can say the fourth one is the sequence. Let's look at sequence. So when it comes to numeric it has three mainly known categories, which the first one will have the integer. Second one is float. Third one is complex number. So let's start. What is an integer? Integer are those like I said, when I'm talking about them, I'm talking about numbers. So don't get it confusing. What is exactly an integer? Integer are those numbers without a decimal point. Like in our case, example 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 299, or like anything you can take. Once there's no decimal point at the end. So no decimal point after the number. That is considered an integer. So we can name this. We can call this our integer. And so another one we can talk about is float. What is that? What exactly is float? Float can also be called numbers with a decimal point. For example, we have something like 0.5 and say 0.9, you can say 2.6, you can say 100.8. so this is a float. The float is just a number with a decimal point. Okay, let me name it float. Any number that has a decimal point at there, you can see here decimal, sorry, this class should be point, decimal, and decimal. So don't mistake float to an integer. So because we're making use of this in many of our videos, so don't mistake that. Another one we're looking at is complex number. You can say complex number is more of a higher use from higher mathematical operation, which is not mainly used, which will not be looking at much. But let me just give an example of it. Let's say 3 plus 5j, for example, is a complex number and it falls under the numeric data types. So I think this clears it. Remember, integer are those ones without decimal points, and float the ones with decimal point, and complex don't bother about it as of now. So looking at the second one, which is string. What is exactly a string? Let's let me name a string of test. What does one know what test is? For example, your name. And if your name is Peter, John, they are all test. You can't perform mathematical operations on it. Merely the memory can perform mathematical name. You can give it a capital letter. You can say 1 plus 2 to give you 3. And then let's say we have something a name. We have a name Paul. We have John. I don't think you can do John plus Paul plus John. I think to even think of it is quite stupid. It's not to be it's quite non-reasonable. It doesn't make sense. So you can take test as a beginner. You can look at string as those words with those test words that consist of just a test. So, and to write a test word, since it's a test, you have to wrap it with a quote at the beginning and at the end. It can be a single quote, and it can also be a double quote. So it doesn't matter. Python things to understand anyone that you use, and make sure to wrap it around the quote. So that is one thing about a test. And the next one I'll be looking at is the null data type. Okay, let me give this a heading. Sorry for, you can say data types. Which null, when you say null, we're talking about absolutely nothing. So I think I don't think this guy deserves any other introduction. But when you say no, I'm talking about nothing, which is none. Sorry for that. No, I think this guy doesn't deserve any other introduction to it. Just say when something is empty. It's not a was. Neither is it is empty. Just no, it's just nothing. Just take it like that. And then next one I'm going to look at sequence. Sequence consists of many data types. So sequence is a part of categories of data types, and the example of it is list. And so let me use one letter list. After list, I'll also look at tuple. That are the two main that's the two main data type when it comes to that of sequence data type. When it comes to sequence data type, we can talk about list, talk about tuple. So how are list and tuple represented? List, we are going to use list in most of our upcoming videos, but let me just give you an idea of how lists work. Lists tend to store things. In this format. This is for list. When it comes to that of tuple, this is how tuple is being represented. Advantage of tuple. So advantage of list over tuple is that information on the list can still be changed on the process. You can append, you can remove, you can add, you can just do a lot of other things. But meanwhile on this tuple, once the information here cannot be changed, you can only print it out. That's all. You can't change what is inside it. Since information can be stored inside it, so you can store any data type if you can decide to store data type. You can decide to store integer, for example 1. You can decide to store float 2.5. So you can just decide to store a string inside it. Let's say this is a string. So it holds the information. I can use it by index. Can print it out by indexing. This is index 0. This is 1. This is 2. This is 3. You might be wondering why I start from 0. Don't worry, in our future video, you're going to understand it more. The same thing the same tool with that of tuple. You both store information like this without any problem. So another data type I would like us to talk about is the mapping. The mapping data filters. Example, what falls under this mapping data type is the dictionary. How does the dictionary of a guy work? Dictionary just stores a key and a value. It's like a pair. Like for example, where you have your age, for example, you assume like you are 20 years of age. This is a key and this is a value. You get this colon signifies that okay, this guy is the key and this guy is the and this guy is the value. So how is the dictionary represented? Let's make a variable called dictionary. It uses curly brackets. Let's move this guy from here into it. Remember, this is a key, this is a value. So anytime I call each, what do you think is going to come out? 20. Let me make another one. Let's say name. Let's say let me name it Peter, for example. Remember, this is a name, so this is a key and Peter is a value. So let me print it out to show you an example how to do that. We call the variable name first and I call the key. Let's say I want to print out each first. As you can see here, 20. I got 20 here. Let's say I want to print out the name. Can copy the name and then run it. You can see that Peter. So I use the key to get the value. So that's how dictionary was using the key to get the value. So if you still finding it hard, now we are going to understand the way we'll start doing things with it. And another one I want us to look at is the set types. Set types. Look at set as an orderly way to represent a data, meaning that even though the data is not ordered, set let's say data contain multiple same values. Set tend to arrange it for by filtering out those same values and keeping only one value there. Let's say let me make a variable called set. Okay, let me make a setting and set is also represented with the curly braces. Like say, let me say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when I run this, we still get our full values. Okay, let's see what I still get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is here. But what happened when I put 1 here? For example, I put another one. What did we are going to get? Since I mentioned that is that set other things. So these two guys is going to be filtered since leaving only this guy available. Okay, let's see down here. As you can see, these two guys get filtered out, leaving the rest. Since this guy was already available, these guys are no longer of use. So that's how set works. So we're going to make use of it. To make use of them, which is number one, the numeric, which is numbers. I think we are familiar with it. Which consists of the integer, float, and a complex. The complex number, I'm not going to make use of it much. We have the string or text data type. We have the null, which is just empty. I have the sequence, which stores inside we have the list and the tuple. List stores things in they both store things in a container, but advantage of this is that it can be muted, it can be changed, or it can be removed or changed. Meanwhile, in case of tuple, it cannot. And also have the mapping data types, which under it we have the dictionary. Dictionaries store things in key and value. So that's how dictionary works. And then last we have the set data types. How does set data type work? How does set data type work? By storing things in an orderly way. In case of there are values that tend to appear more than one. A filter that are leaving one there. So I think with this, so the mainly important ones we need. I think with this we have covered a little bit things on data type. There's a whole lot of them out there, but these ones are one of the important ones you'll be using, and I think that these ones are most popularly used. So I think with this we have come to the end of this video. Please don't forget to like and share, and also subscribe if you find it helpful. So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.